Hello, everybody. Yeah, how are you?
I'm
Happy
good.
birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, is celebrating her birthday today. Today is Monday, October 23rd, in the year 223 of our Lord. Yes. Auntie, we welcome you to Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner.
Mm.
This morning, this afternoon, I have an
To
interview
Auntie
with an
Yaa'S book
author.
corner. Mm.
Yeah,
This morning,
Boatema.
this sorry, afternoon. I'm sorry. I'm trying to share it whilst you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So we have an interview. Ya's book is out, and so she's going to tell us all about it. We thought, what better way to celebrate with her than to do a book live and, get the ball rolling. So this is going to be exciting, and we have prizes. So we have prizes to give out today. So you better listen keenly because Um, when we start, at some point, I'll be reading over Ya's bio again, and the questions are going to be coming from there. So if you are able to answer those questions, you will be. Hello, Nanaraba.
Hi. Oh, I'm so glad.
How are the fine and good people in Ogwe? So, yes, once again, you are welcome. This is a special program. It's a book release live. I'm doing an author interview with Mrs. Yaa'S BOATENG-RUSSELL. Today also happens to be her birthday. So the choir members, you better be ready. You'll be singing happy birthday at some point. So we are going to start. So Ya's book, Echoes from B.R.R's Chronicles, is live on Amazon now. So let's start. I'm going to read out Ya's bio. Note the key points because the questions, the book prizes will be if you're able to answer the question, then you get the prize. So Boateng-Russell, originally from Ghana and now residing in Canada, is a financial literacy advocate and entrepreneur. However, she has recently ventured into the world of writing, marking her debut as an author. Woo! Alongside her passion for writing, Ya finds immense joy in dancing, indulging in coffee and wine, embarking on road trips to satisfy her wanderlust. Hey, I have wanderlust too.
Yes.
Exploring her creativity and lending a helping hand to others. Ya's writing style revolves around the art of sharing her personal life experiences, aiming to forge a deep connection with her readers. By weaving her own stories into her writing, she aspires to make a positive impact on the world. Ya firmly believes that writing is the most influential form of self expression alongside the power of dance. And there we have it. Awesome. So I hope you took notes. So Nanaraba says, I have a pen between my fingers and a notepad in my life for almost 20 minutes now. I cast a metro and then I chance on this live. Wow. Okay, so
Oh, for her book, right?
yes,
Right. Okay.
let me see. So once again, it's an author interview with Boateng-Russell. The title of the book is Echoes of B.R.R's Chronicles. So let's get started.
Okay.
What inspired you to write this book? Let me also get my notebook like Nanara, but in case I have to ask questions.
Okay. What inspired me to write this book? I think the first thing was or is my love for the next generation. I'm
Mhm,
always thinking about how to make the next generation better than
mhm,
we are,
mhm,
improve upon it. And um, when I traveled, I saw that the upbringing is
mhm,
quite different.
mhm,
When you look at people in the Western side of the world,
Yes.
How kids are brought up is totally different from how we were brought up. But
Mm-hmm.
then again, when I looked at our people and how the children were behaving, not generally, but most of the time, it was like when they got here, they chose the extreme end as well. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they just leave them do whatever kind of,
Yes.
you know, um,
Freedom at last.
yes. So it was either that or the extreme of what we also went through, like the
Yes.
obey before you don't even ask questions. It's not
You can't
obey
ask
before.
questions.
Yes. And thinking about it, as parents, we tend to project ourselves onto our kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I was
True.
thinking, if you don't know who you are, you don't understand yourself, what are you
Mm-hmm.
projecting onto your kid?
Mm-hmm.
And then secondly, we're all different, different individuals. It doesn't matter that you gave birth to the child,
Mm-hmm.
they are an individual on their own. Even twins are different.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that this book should help or would help people
Mm-hmm.
understand who they are, or at least start the journey of
Yes.
understanding who you are,
Right.
because it's a long one. It's a never ending journey. We're
Mm-hmm.
always changing. I'm always discovering new things about
Exactly.
myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, depending on the experiences or whatever, seeing things and reacting in a certain way, and then trying to understand it. So um I personally, I think that if you understand yourself, you get to believe yourself. You get to, um, choose. You have the confidence to choose and blend,
Mm-hmm.
both cultures. You take the good from both. And when you're blending, you know what you're doing, you know the goal, things like that. So that's why I wrote that book, this
Mm-hmm.
book. However, I can't talk about inspiration without talking about Auntie Yaa'S, because this book I had I had
Yeah, you're
bits
fading
and
out.
oh, it must be my Wi-Fi. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I had written bits and pieces and it
Mm-hmm.
was just lying there. I don't know for how many years. And then
Mm-hmm.
COVID happened and
Yes.
Auntie Yaa'S also happened during COVID because her first book, Reflections for a Thirsty Soul, came out,
Yes.
and she did her first live, and
Mm-hmm.
I went and I was commenting, and she invited me onto her show,
Mm-hmm.
and I never thought that I would ever, come on social media to talk, or because I
Mm-hmm.
really don't like talking in public. It's my
Mm-hmm.
biggest fear. So Auntie did, and then from then I came the first time, and I happened to say that I wanted to do videos
Mm-hmm.
online. And from then on, every week, Auntie will give me a gentle nudge by asking, waiting for the video.
I'm a
Have you
pusher.
started the video?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that got me out there because um, it wasn't pushy or anything. It was just a
No.
gentle question every
Nudge.
week. Yes. So, and then seeing her write, reading her books, and she's always encouraging. It,
Mm-hmm.
it got to a point I talked about um, how I got pregnant on when I was 19, and
Mm-hmm.
then I was encouraged to, you know, tell my story because it will help other people. So that got me to actually sit down and put what I was jotting down
Mm-hmm.
together, and here we are.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yeah, it's always good when we take action on our dreams, our wishes, what have you. Many
right.
people have dreams, big dreams, wishes, and they may hear something discouraging, or they themselves don't have the verve to push.
Yeah.
So it's always great when you see somebody like you push And you said, even you were talking about the writing for the next generation, and how when our kids come here, there's the two extremes. you
Right.
know I've told you many a time about what my daughter Nana said. She said, especially in the church settings, the
Mm-hmm.
grown-ups there, they seem to think that those kids who were born here are bad. Everybody, oh, Abrochun Kola, they say those things. But these kids, they're in the same classrooms with our brofo that we hold so high and so feel
Mm-hmm.
so inferior to. We are all human beings, and they are
Right.
rubbing shoulders with them, so nothing phases them. And
Right.
then you have Kofi or Amma who comes, and then you see them on the extreme, and you go, whoa, what happened? It's because
Mm-hmm.
all the suppression, you can't
Yeah.
talk, you can't do this. Finally, they are free, and then they just let loose.
Yeah.
And we don't try to understand why they are doing what they do, but we
Mm-hmm.
rather judge.
Judge.
Maybe
Yeah.
instead of trying to draw them close to you and
Mm-hmm.
maybe put a word or so in their heart, in their heads and their hearts,
Right.
we judge them. And so this is what happens. Yeah. And you were talking also about knowing who you are. It's very,
Mm-hmm.
very important. A lot of times we talk about a lot of these things, and people may go, oh, gee, don't you have any other topic to discuss? Oh, don't
Hmm.
you? It's very important because we were not taught that. And we see the
Yeah.
evidence around us all the
Yeah.
time, right? Because grown-ups who have not worked on themselves, and they're on social media, and the negativity, the insults and all that. So it's, this is a good book to read. So we will go to the second question. Can you tell me about the book?
Yes. Um. I have a copy, a proofread,
Hmm.
a copy here. The book has stories or memories as a child.
Hmm.
Not everything, but things that have made me who I am,
Hmm.
and um, and then it talks about whatever topic that is related to. I'll give an example.
Hmm.
Like the very first one is about the drive, and that
Hmm.
talks about how to be open to your children in
Hmm.
communication. And it's
Hmm.
actually not just children. In every relationship,
Everybody.
you need to be, open communication. And
Hmm.
it talks about how my dad opened up to me, and it was during a drive to school.
Hmm.
So after that, then I summarized whatever I learned from it, and I called it Nuggets for Your Pocket. And then it
Hmm.
has a section for writing your own notes, whatever you picked from it.
Hmm.
So this book is
It's
everything
deep.
related to, yeah, finding myself,
Hmm.
stories, and then the lessons um alongside it. Oh, thank you.
Hello, Abba. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. I believe you're on YouTube. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So everything connected to self-discovery and personal growth.
Hmm.
And yeah, it is my journey and things that affected me,
Hmm.
things that I had to throw away, things that I had to relearn
Hmm.
is in this book. Yeah. So it's mainly that.
Yes, you've raised some very important questions, or key elements: openness and communication. And being from the same background as you, I totally relate of how important it is, because in our generation, it was a question of little kids should be seen and not heard.
Exactly.
You dare not express yourself. I
Yeah.
mean, we say it broadly, but I'm sure there's certain pockets where people were allowed to. But
Yeah.
generally, that is the case, you
Yeah.
know, because the situation I was telling you about before we started the live, a practitioner came on to talk about reading documents before you sign if you're going to do any procedure. And she said
Mm-hmm.
that our people don't ask questions. And I smiled and I wrote timidity. I wanted to add timidity is what kills us. You can't speak up. So you
Yeah.
get to a certain age, even you speak up, and your parent thinks it's an attack on them. but it's just
Even
you.
now, yes.
Yes, it's just you expressing your individuality.
Yeah.
So it's very good that you had that your father opened up to you. And I mean, you see, um, they know and they tell you. Myself, for example, there's a letter that my dad wrote. I can't find it now, but I used to see it around, and
Mm.
I don't know what it was. Maybe I wrote something. He told me that, in his opinion, you're an adult when you become 21. It's up to you to do what you think is best for you. But
Right.
if we feel that we have to go tell our mom everything for her to tell us what to do, something along those lines, then that's up to us. So now I think about it and I'm like, oh, okay. He knew
Yeah.
what he was talking
Mm.
about.
Yeah.
Hello, Nana Boating. Thanks
Hi,
for
that must be
joining
my
us.
brother.
Oh, hello.
Yeah,
Nice
that
to have
that
you.
conversation actually transformed the way I thought about everything.
Hmm.
I think I think he was different.
Yes.
Yeah, he was just a different kind of human being.
Yeah. They, they
Anyway,
are.
yeah.
Yes.
um,
Okay. Anything else you want to add on?
no, I'm
Okay.
getting emotional.
So we'll go to the next question. Well, look at me. Have I even been showing the questions?
Yes,
What
you were.
inspired? Okay. So we just did what tell me about the book, right? Can you tell me about the book? You've done that. So what does the title mean?
Oh, yeah. Coming up with the title, the first thing that came to mind was
Hmm.
Ripples from Ya's
Ripples?
Journey. I think that was the very first
Oh,
title. But
ripples. Oh, okay. That would
yeah,
have been cute too.
yeah. But then I said, well, I don't know. I want something else. So
Hmm.
it's it's just a reflection or effects of my journey. Because
Hmm.
Ya BBR Chronicles. Ya BBR, that that name I actually got from a radio station that I listened to. I used to send in a text and then the Asasi radio actually, and it's the
Mm,
rush hour. So
okay.
yeah, Elvis Crystal just shortened my name to Yabi. So whenever I send in a text, he would just call me
Yeah,
Yabi. So I
baby.
thought, yeah, because it is a very long name. Yeah,
Yes.
BOATEMAA. Yeah.
Russell. Yes. Oh, I
So
see.
yeah, so it's just echoes, you know how
Hmm.
sound echoes
Hmm.
and it can actually affect sound actually can ripple waters
Okay.
from the vibration. So
Hmm.
it's like the vibration or the yeah from my journey, my chronicles, my stories.
Hmm.
So that's why I came up with yeah, that
Okay.
title.
Oh, vibrations. Okay.
Yeah.
Because when I thought echoes, I'm like, okay, echo. When you hear an echo, it goes and goes and goes, then it stops. So, okay, I get it. Because I was going somewhere else. Echo. Are we hearing?
Mm.
Are we hearing in the story? But yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, be echoes of the chronic. Okay. So we'll go to question
Oh
number.
yeah, the title too. I forgot. You were
Yeah.
involved in the title. You remember?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Ah,
because I had echoes of the Chronicles of Yabibi. I remember,
mm-hmm.
and I was trying to shorten because it was a mouthful when I
Yes.
was talking about it. I didn't realize it until I was talking about it on your show,
Mm-hmm.
and I realized it's a mouthful. That's when I texted you to ask if there's a way I could say it better,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, Auntie Ya
Oh,
came
cool.
up with Echoes of Yabibi Chronicles. Yeah,
Oh, cool. Glad to help.
yeah,
Oh, goodness.
yeah,
So, okay. So that's interesting. Yeah. Because, it's so important to be able to tell one story.
exactly.
Sometimes we think that other people's stories are more interesting than ours, but we can learn from anybody,
Everybody
everybody.
has,
Yes.
yeah.
So even this book here is, how you relate with your children in terms of raising them. It's a sort of manual. People need to read it. People need to get the book because we as a people, we are so set. Like we come from Ukraine, like we come from country, and then we transport ourselves to new locations,
Yeah.
and we've just come here lock, stock, and barrel. We don't change any same luggage. We come with our baggage, right?
Yeah.
And we don't offload and say, "Hey, I'll keep this. Let me throw that
Yeah.
away." So
Yeah.
this is where you have situations like mothers saying that their girls they went through female genital whatever, so their child
Mm-hmm.
has to do it, and then when the child refuses to, an altercation ensues, and if you're
Mm-hmm.
not careful, you hit your child, and the child is gone. It happened, you
Yeah.
know, and then to your children can't come to you. I spoke about this situation of this young lady who attacked another young lady because they were after her boyfriend, and you're only 17 or 18 or so, and I'm thinking, what happened there? What messaging? Was it a mother who told you that the most important event in your life is to snag a man instead of working on yourselves? We don't know. So there's no manual to child raising,
Yeah.
really, and
Yeah.
it takes only the grace of God. So if you don't
Mm-hmm.
have any skills and you're not willing to learn, you're not empowering your children to the for the you're not empowering your children for the future. And you said, as you said, that you're so concerned about the next generation. My worry is that we have come here to
Yeah.
supposedly better environments than where we came from with the resources and all that, and yet we're so focused back home. We are not raising our children, training them for this environment. So you are the lower ranks doing the low paying jobs. You are not pushing your child, and then they also come and they are in that same place.
Stuck in that system.
So
Yeah.
books like this, and the sad thing is that we don't like to learn. I mean,
Read.
life is so tough. We don't like to read. I'm just about doing my job, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So, but hopefully people are starting to get the memo. Yes.
Right.
So, when did you realize you wanted to be a writer?
Oh, this was long ago. Like when I was reading those M&Bs and
Mills and Books,
silhouettes and Harlequin. And
Harlequin
then I
romance.
think, yeah, I think when I ventured into the supernatural romantic ones,
Mm-hmm,
it got me very piqued.
mm-hmm,
However, like I remember I was in, I think I was about 15 when I
mm-hmm,
started writing down names of, characters in my book because I had read a book and there was a last name that said it was, I don't remember the first name. I remember the last name was Carstairs.
mm-hmm.
So when I was coming up with my character, I said, "Ooh, how about Fallon Trotros?" Because I remember that very well. So I remember one of my characters was
Mm-hmm,
Fallon Trotros. Yeah. So I
mm-hmm,
was kind of playing with it, but I
mm-hmm,
never really got to putting it together. It was always the skeleton of a book. I had the
mm-hmm.
idea or how I
Okay,
wanted the story to go, but it was always fictional. I never
okay,
thought I was going to write like a self-help book or
mm-hmm, okay.
yeah, but yeah, it started yeah in my teen years. That's when I
Mm-hmm.
realized that
Wow.
I won't write someday, but
Okay.
it never. I was just playing with it because I never ever dreamt that it would be a reality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't that strong, but yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Reading, this is the thing, the importance of reading as a child. And
Mm-hmm.
even here, you see the radio personalities or radio anchors, you see them on the news, they went to a school to read. It's reading week, things
Mm-hmm.
like that. It's stress.
Yeah.
There's things in the library, even for kids, you know, go and read and that type thing. Even me, same thing, always reading Mills and Bones, this and that, the Bobbsey twins, Nancy Drew, all that stuff.
Asterix and Obelix. Oh
Yeah.
my. Yeah.
And I remember, I think I told you this before, there was a book, I forget, I think the family name was White Oaks. It was called
Okay.
Return to Jalna. My mom was reading it, so I would go and pick it and be reading it. So they had all these names of the people, the family members, there's the patriarch and all these other branches of people.
Right.
lo and behold, I moved to London, Ontario at some point in my Canadian journey. And the neighborhood in which I lived, there was White Oaks Mall.
White Oak.
There was Jalna. Jalna was the Jalna. There was Meg
Oh,
Crescent. All the names in the book were there. And I'm thinking, oh, okay. And I knew the book was set in Canada. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh. So,
it could
imagine
have
it,
been.
a young
Mhm.
child reading a book, and then you come here and you go to a neighborhood and you see all those names. And I'm like,
Yeah, that's
I'm like,
cool.
wow, yeah. So that's a lived experience. So it's
Right.
good to read. And we make excuses. We say things like, oh, I don't like reading, oh, this and that, but it broadens your horizon. You pick nuggets. It's an education in itself.
Yeah.
Education these days is not just going to sit in a classroom and get a degree in 4 or 5 years. It's continuous, and when you read, you learn a lot. So let
And
me
I
read
think
some.
it's something that we can build in the children because I think left on my own, I wouldn't have made a trip to the library to read.
Yes.
But my dad actually made it like
Mm-hmm.
an event. He knew that Saturday morning he was going to drop you guys off at the
Mm-hmm.
library and he was going to go play tennis.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be in the library for about 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You have no choice but to read. And then I got into it. Yeah. you know,
Oh gosh.
so it be,
Habits.
I started looking forward to it because
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of like an escape too for me. Reading
Yes.
those books, I would imagine myself in those settings and
Yes.
it made it fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's even like when you watch, I always say that nowadays the movies that are out are just, something else. But when you watch
Most of
those old time movies with those, you see the neighborhood and the paper boy throwing, like, throwing the paper
yes,
on the porch, and then
the
you see the trees
milkman
and the
dropping off.
houses. It's just nice. It's just
Yes, it
lovely,
is.
right?
Yeah.
Soothing, actually. Nana Arba says, aha, MMB and Co. for gather here for a short meeting. Hey, Silhouette, Kahu, yes, I remember Silhouette.
Yes.
Hey. And Nana Arba says, I would walk from Airport Ridge to the Air Force Station Library just to read and borrow romance books. See? Awesome.
Yeah.
Because, whether we like it or not, we have been put in a situation where English is the first language. We go to school, we have to speak in it. You have to
Right.
do all kinds of things. So nobody is saying that go and be a doctoral in English language, but reading helps build you up. It builds your vocabulary. Even
Right.
things that's just going to spend $21 or $24 to buy a book to support somebody. It's a problem for people, but we can buy the $1,000 Louis Vuitton or Calvin Klein or what have you. But it's priorities. What you think is important.
Yeah.
Good evening, Tony. Oh yeah,
Hi,
oh yeah.
Tony. Oh, you
Welcome,
came.
welcome. So before we go on, I was at question 4, right?
Hmm.
There are book prizes. You have the opportunity to win a book prize today if you are on. So I'm going to read, I read Ya's bio earlier, but I'm just going to read the first paragraph, and then after we're done the questions, I will ask, and the first person to put the answer down will get a book. Yes. And the first person who commented today to they know themselves. So you will get a book as well. And yeah, I think with them it can be arranged, right?
Right.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, let me start. So, Boating-Russell, originally from Ghana and now residing in Canada, is a financial literacy advocate and entrepreneur. Did I say it right? However, she has recently
This.
ventured into the world of writing, marking her debut as an author. Alongside her passion for writing, Ya finds immense joy in dancing, indulging in coffee and wine, embarking on road trips to satisfy her wanderlust, exploring her creativity, and lending a helping hand to others. So the questions will all come from the first paragraph, so keep it in mind. I'll just read the second for the benefit of those who didn't come on early. Ya's writing style revolves around the art of sharing her personal life experiences, aiming to forge a deep connection with her readers. By weaving her own stories into her writing, she aspires to make a positive impact on the world. Ya firmly believes that writing is the most influential form of self expression alongside the power of dance. And there we have it. I hope you've kept some nuggets because we'll come back. When you answer the questions right, you will get a prize. Oh, Sean Russell.
Hi.
Oh, we know who you are. Hello, honey. He says, great book, especially growing up in Ghana as a
Hi.
woman.
Yeah,
Awesome.
he's read it. Yeah.
Love your support. Cool.
Mm.
Cool cat. Nanaraba says, I did literature in secondary school, so then I ended up writing stuff here and there. But my literature madam burst my bubble.
Oh,
Oh, she gave us an assignment which must end with the sun burst out through the clouds. After marking, she wrote under, did you copy from a book? Her, the thing cut deep. You know,
mm,
Nanaraba, that is how, like just our outlook and the way we handle things back home is
yeah.
so terrible. You've reminded me like this, did you should be able to say to the child, wow, I'm impressed, I'm proud of you.
Before,
even
yeah, we
even
don't know how
even
to
in
compliment before.
Yes, in this environment, the teacher would, there's times that children have to be given extra work. So when you see that skill or that talent in that child, you may know that maybe they are even ahead of some of the others. So you can give them some extra work to help them, you know,
Exactly.
bring
Yeah.
up, um, you know, Nanaraba, mine was my French teacher, Monsieur Latier
Hmm.
Fonte. The way I love the French language, and this man, he will intimidate you. He told one of our classmates that his head is like a trapezium. And when you answer a question and you answer it wrong, then he'll say,
Oh my
tu es trop
God.
bête," like, but I loved French. Um, we went to a lady from church, actually, the lady that I'm doing her, I'll be working on her book next.
Hmm.
We had some of the ladies from church. One lady did an bold event at the Edmonton Kingsway Inn.
Okay.
So we went there. I started the story. Now I've kind of forgotten even why I was talking about it. Old
The
age. You know,
trapezium head.
yeah. And so, my friend made a comment. I think she made a comment, right, about, anyway, what I was trying to say is that I was very interested in
French.
the language. When I was
Hmm.
growing up, I wanted to be an air hostess or a diplomat. So we were talking about that because I said when I was a child, I saw those first two women diplomats in my growing up, like Mrs.
Hmm.
Amononese and Mrs. Obechibelamte. One was ambassador to Liberia, and I think the other one was to Holland. So I was so fascinated, right? And I loved French. And this
Right.
guy, the way he just intimidated you, even in the class, you are afraid to talk because you tell you are stupid, you are foolish. So I didn't take French anywhere, but I started learning French in class 4.
Right.
One of my parents, her name was Mrs. Agama, I think Dr. Agama's wife, first wife, like she taught me French in school, right? And so I'm
Hmm.
like, all this time. So even at work, when I had the opportunity to do it through work, people would, of course, they are looking at you, Bibini, and you, oh, you're so good at French. I said, yeah. My dad went to France one year. He came back. He was speaking French. I have a sister who speaks French. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm
Right.
like, I like languages, but look at
Right.
where I ended up because of this. I mean, not to prolong it, but this kind of experience, it's like our helping vocations back home. They are not very compassionate. The nurses, the teachers, they'll scar you for life.
Hmm.
Nanaraba says an officer made it worse. He was a family friend who saw some of the stuff I had written and told me to stop writing such rubbish. Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh no. Nanaraba, you said you had your pen and your start writing. Just,
yes.
just do it. Just do it. On
Yeah.
Saturday's program, Ajodo was saying that a family member had said, well, why did you go and publish it without letting me read through it?
Read it first.
People will discourage us, people will diminish us. Push, just push. I'll read this last comment and then we'll go on to the next question. I believe to be an author is not necessarily about what you have gone through. We have many people who have been through all the ugly phases of life, but never did they, at least for once, have the mindset of writing books. I believe you being an author is a calling on its own, using your life experience to change people's minds from committing suicide and from developing a suicidal thought means a lot. It's like the way most richest people don't have the heart of giving to people who are in need. Oh, there's more than I miss it. Well,
Oh.
yes. Let me see. No, I think that is it. Yeah, but this is the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It takes courage to be able to say, I'm going to do this and do it. So anybody who has that courage to put pen to paper and write, I say kudos to you. Well done, yeah, because it's not
Thank
easy.
you.
Like I always say, for me, everything got taken away from me. You go into an environment, you're supposed to be this, oh, somebody else is better. You do this, it's always like, and what do I have to call my own?
Hmm.
And then I'm like, okay, so now I have a book, my name is on it. Are you going to take it from me? Ya's
Nobody
name is
can.
on her book. You can't take it away from her. So,
Yeah.
so yeah. When did you realize? Yeah. So we finished that, right?
Yes.
So for anybody who's on here and has dreams and aspirations of writing, certainly just start. Put pen to paper and start. Auntie Ya's
Mm-hmm.
on it Academy is here too. We'll help you. Don't
Help.
worry.
Yeah.
We will
Yes.
help you. So, okay. Anything else, yeah, to add to?
Mm, no.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we'll go to how important are book reviews.
Oh, yeah. Let me talk about reviews in general. We've been doing reviews since I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what century, but it's always been word of mouth because
Mm-hmm.
you feel more comfortable going to a salon that
Mm-hmm.
your friend recommends or a family
Yes.
member recommends
Mm-hmm.
or a barber shop or even to buy things. We've been doing it. We just haven't realized that it is a review or a recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
So it is very important in that, especially buying something that you're not so sure of.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Kwame. When you're buying something, especially online, you want to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
So before I buy anything online, I go read the reviews first because you
Yes.
want to know people's experiences with whatever product or service that you're buying. So the same goes for books. So once you buy the book, you have to give it a review
Mm-hmm.
so that it'll be easy for somebody to buy without hesitating.
Mm-hmm.
It helps books sell. So when you buy my book, please go back and give
Right.
it a review.
A few.
It's very important. Yes.
Mhm.
Very, very. Yeah.
That's a good point, yeah, because this is what we see. We've harped on it so many times that you can be on social media, writing books. The best thing you can do for anybody, if you read anybody's material, is to write them a comment,
Right.
write them a review.
Hmm.
But with us, because of some of this poverty mindset, stingy spirits, we find it so hard to encourage other people because we think
Right.
that if we encourage them, it takes away from
Right.
us.
Hmm.
Okay. And so people get we become very closed off. I'm going to do this just here by myself. I don't want anybody to know about it. And it's become the PhD syndrome. We're not very open. We're
Right.
not very encouraging. We don't empower each other. We bring
Hmm.
people down,
Yeah.
right? Even as an example, sometimes, yeah, I'm going to use this as an example.
Okay.
Hi, Anna. Thank you. This is my
Hi.
my friend, my co-host that I do my Facebook lives with, and where it's her first book that we're releasing today. So thanks for joining
Thank
us.
you, Anna. Mhm.
So Anna is a co-worker. So I
Oh,
was saying that, I get these brain waves, and all of a sudden, I think a week ago or so, I said to Ya, well, yeah, your birthday is on Monday. Do you want to do a Facebook live? And And sometimes you just need to ask, right? It's
Yeah.
like, it's almost like, okay, you are trying to help somebody or encourage them too. But do you know that with us, our people, it could have been taken a different way? Like, oh, she just wants me to come in on her page so that her page will grow and this and that. No, I'm not going to do it. Let me go
Yeah.
and do it on my own platform. But yeah, and I sit here every day and we do these things. So, what better place to do it than here? you
Mm-hmm.
know it's just an offering, and she took me up on it. So we need to be more open. We need to learn how to encourage people. We need to learn to build people up. It does not matter. It doesn't hurt. Like if I see a book, people I know, the other day I bought, there's this book. Oh my, that's a good one too.
Oh, the
Letters
ABBA
to my
kid
younger, yeah,
one,
Abba
right?
Kinton,
I saw
yeah.
him. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I read it, and I know Margie had said that when I told her I was going to buy it, Margie had said, oh, she'll ask me for, something about discussing it later or what have you.
Right.
And so I read the first chapter, and I was sitting somewhere and I thought, you know what? The first chapter was so profound. Oh my gosh. And so I said, no, go back, put points down. So now what I'm doing is every chapter that I read on any individual, I put whatever insights I get from there so that if you
Yeah.
come and ask me, oh, this is what I got from it, so
Exactly.
yeah. But
Mm.
like we're saying, let's do this. When you get the book, please go and write a helpful review.
Yes.
Write us helpful reviews on our books. Abuna and Pofua
Hi,
Mesa said,
Abuna.
congrats, sis. So proud of you. Happy birthday to love you to the moon and back. Miss you, sis.
Thank you.
Cool. So, anything else? Do you have any more? Or go to the
Mm-hmm.
sixth question? All right.
No.
So, let's go here. What's the most surprising thing you learned while writing your book?
Oh, yeah. The most surprising thing was it made me relive the moments,
Mm-hmm,
and the impact was so great. I was surprised when I was writing the chapter on the drive.
mm-hmm,
I just realized that tears were just falling
mm-hmm,
on the paper.
mm-hmm,
Actually, I was typing it out, so it was just falling on the computer because it was like reliving the moment, and
yes.
I didn't expect the impact to be so
Mm-hmm,
strong.
mm-hmm,
I think, yeah, it was. But after I had to stop
mm-hmm,
and actually cry.
mm-hmm,
But after that, I felt some kind of relief, you know,
mm-hmm.
and that's why I could relate to Yvonne Nelson. Writing is a form of therapy.
Cathartic,
So
whatever the word is.
yeah, so I felt she was going through her process, and we had to allow her to go through her process
Mm-hmm.
anyhow she chooses. And
Yes.
we should allow people to do things the way they want instead of trying to put everybody in a box, you know.
Yeah, I just say allow people to be. Like, let people just be. That's all.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because, well, this book, it's it's been a healing process for me. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't expect it, so it was
Yes.
very surprising to me. That's that's the one thing I'll
Mm-hmm.
say. And it also made me realize that I had a good village behind me.
Mm-hmm.
I have remarkable people because in the last chapter, it's on the remarkable people in my life,
Mm-hmm.
especially during my darkest moments
Mm-hmm.
when everything was so dark. I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it made me realize that I knew I had people, but when I was writing the things out, I
Mm-hmm.
actually got to see and appreciate them more. So
Yes.
yeah,
It's interesting you bring that perspective, because I know I feel that it allows you to go through the emotions that maybe were buried and you didn't know. Because
yeah,
Sister Ajoado also expressed the same thing, that when she was writing her book on her childhood trauma, some of
yeah,
the memories she just didn't realize, and the floodgates just were
yeah,
opened. So
yeah,
the thing about us that yeah, I'm going to say is that as a people, when you talk about things like mental health, psychology, going to see a
Mm-hmm.
therapist, and that we frown on it, we poo-poo the idea, like we are some of the harshest people on this earth. We feel that it's like we have to be so tough.
Right.
We are so tough. Oh, what are you crying about? Keep quiet over there, muawano, and then you are shut down. And that
Mm-hmm.
is suppressing your emotions.
Yeah.
And if you don't deal with it, one day it will just blow up. But here,
Exactly.
they have help for everything. Sometimes tragic things happen, like if, when there's schools, these incidents happen in the schools, they send therapists there to talk to the kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember Nana had one of Nana's classmates from senior high passed
Mm-hmm.
away during the
Oh,
summer, and he was a teacher in one of the schools in Edmonton. And I thought to myself, it will probably be difficult, the kids going back and him not being there, but I'm
yeah.
sure they had resources
They
available.
will send
Yes,
somebody for
they
sure.
would. They would.
For
Let
sure.
me get these two comments and then we'll continue.
Okay.
Tony says, I guess writing your Facebook will be like traveling for the first time with business class. I said, oh, go ahead. Anan,
That
Nisa,
was funny. Funny
Tony.
in his comments.
Oh, okay, it's the same comment. Okay. Yeah,
Mm.
okay, all right. So,
Yeah, and when you talked about the kids, yeah, in my book, when my dad passed in that chapter,
mhm,
I I'm really like concerned because we normally think when a relative or somebody close passes, we or the parent passes, we think more about who's going to provide, which
mhm,
is also important, don't get me wrong, but
yes,
we never think about the um the mental state of the
mhm,
child. Hi, Al. The mental state of the child, and it's
mhm,
something that I've been thinking about a lot.
yes,
That yeah, I would like to get into, you
mhm,
know, in my homeland.
yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, even talking about kids, little kids, the impact. Even myself, my father passed away when I was 35, and that was a big shock because he
Hmm.
was only 62. My grandparents were dying in their 80s and 90s and all that. I had somebody make this comment. Hello, lovely lady. So, Awo, you are next. Come and see me.
Hmm.
You are all going to write your stories. So, what was I even saying? Like,
When your dad passed.
yeah, at 35, it was a shock because even I've heard people say that and I'm saying young people are just dying just like that. But before our grandparents and all that, they were up there. Life
Hmm.
is just so, and so even for me at that stage, I'm thinking, what?
Yeah.
And then now I'm older than that age. I'm thinking, but I feel so young. And so it hits me that he died in his prime. Like it
Yeah.
shouldn't have happened. And the effect, you know, the effect
Yeah.
that it has. No. And we don't deal with these issues. We don't deal with um, traumas. Even
Hmm.
children, we maltreat our kids sometimes. We don't pay them attention. We can give them everything except emotional support, even. And the kids will appreciate you and everything, but emotionally, maybe there's a disconnect. You are not there for them.
Hmm. Yeah, and that sticks. Sticks
Yes,
better than if they had
yes.
lacked physical things.
And we are
Because I
human
know
beings.
we didn't lack. I mean,
Mhm,
Christmas time they give us stuff, but I don't even remember any of those things.
mhm,
All I remember are the experiences, the places we went to, with my dad mostly. And
mhm.
that's another chapter in the book.
Yes,
Unforgettable, memories that stick.
yes, yes. Right. So, yeah, writing is therapeutic.
It is.
Even if you don't want to publish it, write your
Hmm.
thoughts, write
Get
them
a
down.
journal.
Yes, write your feelings. And I mean, write it down. At some point, you decide that you want to put it in a book, but start
Yeah.
the process. It's not so hard. It's not meant for only some people. Anybody
Hmm.
can take up writing if they put their mind to it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Sister Awo says when it comes to loss and grief, it doesn't matter the age, especially when the person is close. Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
I hear you, sis. That one, yeah. Mm-mm. So yeah, anything else you want to share? Oh, hello.
Hi, that's my sister.
Yes, yes. Long
Hi.
time. Where
She's
you been?
missing. Yeah. Yeah. I just want to say thank you to Auntie Yaa'S for first inspiring me
Oh
to
boy.
put these things together. I mean, I had my notes and everything. I'm sure it would still be sitting somewhere if it wasn't for her. And after I had finished writing, also I went to her and she did the proofreading. She gave me a time, but she did it way earlier than the time that she gave me, and I appreciate it so much. I mean, thank you so much. It's been it's been a ride learning stuff from you. So
Yeah, I'm a
yeah.
procrastinator. So if I'd left it like that, you'd now be getting it. So I had to be fast. I don't
Yeah,
like
but
sitting
but
on
that
things.
was
Get
that
it
was
out of
that
the
was
way.
a good what service from
Hmm.
yeah, Auntie Yaa'S coach,
Own it
Auntie
academy.
Yaa'S were Own It Academy. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. So
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. And she's also responsible for me being on TikTok, my early TikTok days.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, 'cause she said just do it. So I just did it and I enjoyed. If you know me very well, I'm not really um an outgoing person. I'm very, very conservative. I mean, if I don't know you, and especially when it's a public thing, I don't really like doing it. So I really needed that push. I really needed that push, and yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
You think say okay, ask my baby Ama, do you know how I got on TikTok?
How?
Nana. Nana, it was because of Nana. She showed me way before and I wasn't doing it. Then she says, ah, mom, just do it. And you know, old people, I said, let me write down the steps. Then I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I started doing it and that was that. Like, there's
Yeah, yeah,
nothing to it. Just do it. I mean, I don't know everything, but I know the basic to put a thing out. So you just have to try. Yes.
right.
So,
For me, it
yes.
was more the confidence to do it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I know that we've gone through the questions and
Mm-hmm.
discussed them, but, just for the sake of those who may not have come on earlier,
Ali.
I'll just go through the questions and then you can just, after I've done, you can just give a brief summary. So, what Ya told us what inspired her to write the book. She told us what the book is about. She went through what the title means. And we've talked about when she realized that she wanted to be a writer. And of course, the most important thing she stressed here are book reviews. And yes, it's true. When I'm going to buy a product on Amazon or wherever, I read the reviews first. Sometimes you're tempted, oh, I want that. You go, no, check the review first.
Go down.
If
Mm-hmm.
it's bad, you'll know, and then you don't go for it. So please write a review after you read Ya's book.
Yeah.
And then what's the most surprising thing you learned about, yeah, the therapeutic part of it? So
Mm-hmm.
please, the floor is yours. Just
Okay. Yeah. So what inspired me are the next generation. Like I have um, a passion or the need to make the next generation better, and we are the ones bringing up the next generation. So what better way than to fix ourselves first? So we need to start our self discovery and personal growth journey. That's why I I was inspired to write this book, and then inspiration, as I said um, earlier, I was inspired by Auntie Yaa'S to actually go for it. And what else was there? Ooh, what else? I'm getting a block now.
I know. You said a lot today. Yeah, it's
Oh
good.
gosh. Yeah. The questions again, please.
Oh,
So
just
I
the
hope.
experiences with your um
Um.
book, your experiences with your father, the drive, especially,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
the
Okay,
openness,
yeah, and the book,
communication.
yeah, yeah, and I explained that I have. Okay, my book. I love to make things fun, so I thought, what better way than to add pictures to my book? So I have some illustrations in my book. I've been posting some. I have some
You have
illustrations.
to do it for my next one. You have to
Yes,
put
I
in
will.
pictures for me, okay?
And after every story, I write about what I learned from the story
Mhm,
or how it affected my life and whatever topic that comes with it. And I summarize it in nuggets form. Like I make it in a points form. I don't know if you can see.
mhm,
And then there's also there's room for you like ruled lines for you to make notes
mhm.
after every chapter. That's how I did this book. And I've always known I wanted to write something,
Mhm.
starting from my teens when I started actually reading a lot. But it has always been fictional, stories and
Meals and
coming
Boom
up with
Club.
characters. Yeah. I don't even know where some of my notebooks are. It's always I start with characters and then I write the hero, the heroine, the
Mhm.
heroine, and then I list them. And then I write the general story and then I'm stuck. I leave it. Um, that's how it's been. But I never thought that I'd write a self help book, but
Mhm.
here I am now. And it's all because of um, my purpose. I
Yes.
think it's a goal. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's what drives us. Um, it's kind of like a map, a roadmap for life. When you
Mhm.
have a purpose, you have a roadmap, and whatever wind blows, you don't let it affect you because you have a goal. You know where you're going. So
Exactly.
I guess that's why it changed from fictional to this without my even realizing it.
You change it.
It was only when I was thinking about it that I, yeah, realized that, yeah, I changed from fictional to that. And the most surprising thing was when I actually broke down when I was writing
Mhm.
um, about um, my dad in his passing.
Mhm.
And I think that, it wasn't for years and years and years that I actually broke down for the first time
Mhm.
because he passed when I was 15. And the very first time was after my 30s. I
Mhm.
hadn't really cried. Yeah. So
That is profound.
this book, yeah, has been very therapeutic and it's good that I wrote it. And I'll stress again reviews. When you buy the book, write a review because we've been doing reviews since our forefathers. It's just been word of mouth. We've been recommending salons, we've been recommending barbers. It's all the same thing.
Mhm.
You recommend, and it makes it easy for someone else to get it if you want to help whoever. Also, yeah. And since Christmas is coming up, this is a perfect stocking stuffer gift that you can get for someone. Yeah. I was just recommending that they buy the book as a stocking stuffer
Yes.
for
Yes.
Christmas.
Yes.
Since
It's so
Christmas is
important.
coming up,
Yes.
and Christmas is my favorite
Oh yeah. You should
holiday.
put your links in here.
Oh,
The book
yeah,
links.
sure.
Okay. So we have. Oh, she got off. Okay, she'll be back. We've been interviewing with Boatema Boating-Russell on her book, which is out today, Echoes of B.R.'s Chronicles. It's on Amazon. You can get your hard copy, paperback, and Kindle, I believe. So she's told us why she wrote the book. It's basically a guide to help you in child raising based on her experiences from her childhood. And if you come from our community, you know what childhood is like. So just anything to improve us. Let me see. Tony says, oh, say ya nanka onyame pe helping each other. Oh, there's ya. What happened?
I was trying to go. I must
Me
have
sure now.
missed something. Oh my Lord.
Tony says, say ya nanka. Actually, I think I say ya nanka onyame pe helping each other. But yen continent yi so dear. Ye be twitwa
Unentigam.
wasisi ya. Or they'll do the what do you call it? What's it called? PhD,
Pull him down.
Pitranimenti syndrome. Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if it's easier to find the links here. So yes,
I did
we are going
put
to
it in
do
the
the.
chat.
Oh,
I
you have
put
a. Oh no, you put it in the comments. You put it
which
in the private chat. It should go in the comments so that people can click on it.
oh right. Oh okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we are getting to the bit of doing the questions for the book prizes. And Sister Nanaraba, are you on? Nanaraba, are you still on? Please say yes. Okay. Actually, either way, she was on. Nanaraba was the first to comment. So automatically, she gets a book. So
Yes.
we will make arrangements to get that to her. She gets a copy of the book. So there's two other books that can be won. So I'm going to ask a question. What is Ya's passion? Aside from writing, what is Ya's passion? Please write it in the comments and then you win the book. Any takers? Oh, going once, going twice, thrice. Anybody? Oh, you don't want a book? Okay.
I guess they weren't here before.
Yes. Next question. Well, I read it. I did it at the beginning. She said,
Oh my God.
is that it? Is that an answer?
No, that's
No,
not.
no.
Well,
I will say book review. No. There be a book review in Kaho.
uh-uh.
We're talking of things that she liked. When we read out the oh, actually you probably were not here. When we read out her bio, it was in there. Yeah. So what else does Ya like to do?
That's that. Okay. I was going to ask if there.
All the preparation for the yes, sis, we realized that you went here. Yeah. Ya say her passion is to prepare for the generation to be informed. Next generation.
This, but it wasn't in my bio.
Yeah. Oh dear, these books will not go. One is gone. There's two more. Okay. There's something Ya loves to do, you know. She called it a special name, and I said I also have that disease.
Oh yeah.
All right.
But I was wondering if the
Oh, somebody said dancing, so we'll give it
oh
to you, dancing and reading. But Ya said she likes to dance, joy in dancing, right?
yes, if this one hadn't come up, I was going to say if the partying could replace the dancing, but since this one is more
More
specific, it
specific.
lets me guess.
Procrastination. That was me, not the author. Oh, okay. So Chiamia J gets a book because
So you
he was
contact
more
her.
specific. So please send your um mailing details to myself or BOATEMAA BOATENG-RUSSELL. Chiami, Sister what says well done. Oh, yes. So where does Ya live? She lives in Canada, but what city does she live in? That's the last one for the last book. And family members, you can't answer because you know. Oh, goodness.
Anyone with Nimako or Boatin in their name, please don't answer.
Yes.
You don't qualify.
Was it Calvary? Oh, you mean Calgary there, Beyonce Calgary.
No, I moved.
She moved from Edmonton. Where does Ya live, people? Going once? Yes, right. No, she's not. She moved from Edmonton. She's a traitor. She moved.
I know.
Any takers? Going once? Going twice? Yeah, do you want to give a clue to help
It's,
people?
I guess it's the most popular place. When you say Canada,
Canada, everybody thinks you live there. So take a guess and get a book. Any takers? Yes, Tony has it.
yes.
Toronto. Yay, so all the books are gone.
Yeah.
Oh, sister, oh, Tony got in before you did. And Tony, what's about Toronto? Toronto is correct. Oh no, she lives in Windsor. No, she's not in Windsor anymore.
Oh,
Kwame wanted the
I
second
moved
one.
again, Chami.
Yeah, Chami, she moved again. So all the books are gone. The first one goes to went to Nanara, but she was the first to comment on the live. And then Chiamia J, and then Tony.
Yeah.
So for Tony and Nanaraba, you are in Ghana, so we will we'll make arrangements to get the books to you.
Yes.
And Mr. Chiami will give us his details. So will give us his details and it will be mailed to him. Tony, yes, you have a book. I'm glad you are happy. Oh yes. Let's go back to this. All right. So today is a special day. It's B.R.R. Russell's birthday. And
Yay.
so I don't know where the choir is, but maybe I'll sing. There's no choir. They won't call in even and sing. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ya. Happy birthday to you. May God bless you now. 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 Are you one? Are you two? The kids, they do that.
Are you 10?
Are you 12? Are you 20? Yeah, happy birthday. Happy
Thank you
birthday.
so
So
much.
happy for you.
Thank you.
It's a great day to release a book, outdoor your book, debut your book. And so we wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank
Hello,
you.
Jocelyn. How are you?
Thank
Nice
you.
to have you here.
And it's
Chiame says, I'm so happy about Paya. And then
thank
what
you.
is this? Tony, mommy, you are versatile. Oh, they're singing. I can be everywhere. So once again, let me put this down and then I'll bring the book up again. We thank you for joining us today. The whole purpose of us being here is to help Ya. Her book is out on Amazon. Ya, did you put the links in the comments now? The
I
comments.
did. I realized that when you click on it and then you can choose whatever country. So I put one link in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Okay, so this is the book, Echoes of B.R.'s Chronicles, an overview of self-discovery and building bonds by BOATEMAA Boating-Russell. So along we go. You know something? When you start a journey, you don't know what it's going to be like.
Mm-hmm.
My book coach had told me that you can write books. People are not may not necessarily be buying books, but it's what you do with them. So it gives me great pleasure to say that, okay, so after I did own it with a book coach and became a best-selling author on Amazon. I
Mm-hmm.
branched out into helping people write their books.
Yeah.
So Sister Ajuodo has done hers. Sister Ya came to me for editing and proofreading, and I'll be working soon with Mrs. Jenkins over here, my sister. So on it goes. Yes.
Yes.
I mean, you never dream that you can even write a book, let alone help other people to write their stories. It can be done.
Yes.
It can be done. And sometimes we hem and haw, we put things off, and we think that we have time.
Mm.
Nobody knows how long they are around for. The time to um, do anything is now. Start today. Don't put your life on hold. You know, in our community, when you say it, people think you are being negative. There's people who are there empowering people, but the naysayers are the larger group.
Yeah.
If you are in a circle of naysayers who don't build you up, I think that to, you need to be moving to,
Thank you.
you need
What?
to be you need to be moving on to bigger things. There's
Mm-hmm.
people around who will help you, who will encourage you, who will support you. Never think that um, you are not important. Oh, I'm just a nobody. Oh, I'm just this. You can make an impact. Anybody can write a book and impact people. Chiamie J is greeting all of you on the platform. So, yes, right now, yesterday I went and looked. I almost got my book and I said, let me finish and then I'll go get my copy because, this is Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner. We do book reads and lives on this platform based on my 5 books that I've written. Now I have 2 other ladies. Sister Ya Russell will also be doing some topics from her books in the future. Sister Ajuodo will also come and be part of this process. So join us. Tony says, but I just want to congratulate Miss Ya for this incredible legacy. It's an achievement for life, and God bless you so much for more impact and generational blessings. Thank you, Mama Ya, for being a part of this successful journey.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank
We
you.
can be negative, but we choose to be positive and make an impact.
Yeah.
And like I said, I started out writing things on Facebook. I never thought I'd write, let alone be an inspiration to somebody to write their story.
Thank
So, whatever you do, know that people are watching you, people are learning from you. Choose the positive road. So, I'll leave the floor for Yara Russell to make any final comments. It's her day, or anything we're adding in is just an aside to build it all up. So, I'll leave her to make her final comments and then we will wrap up.
Well, I don't have much to say after all that, but strangely, I'm a person of few words, so this is like contradict.
Being put on the spot.
Yeah, and me writing a book is like you'd say it wouldn't be me if
Mhm.
yeah, you know me. I don't really like to talk much, but thank you for joining us. I appreciate it so much. We appreciate it so much. I am very grateful. I mean, this is the best birthday gift ever. So
Yes.
get a copy. I'm so happy I did this.
Mhm.
And you, you, you won't understand. It's everything. And I feel it's as Tony said, because I was thinking about it in the chapter about finding myself.
Mhm.
I got to a point that I was writing some of my qualities. And the um imposter syndrome almost set in.
Kicks in. Yes.
Yeah. And also you also hear people saying she's being too no, you know that kind of thing. So it makes you
Ayo.
feel like, okay, I don't want to put it in there. And then I thought back and I said, no, that is me. I mean, and I found some two recommendation letters that I got from my teachers, and I said, just put it in there.
Yes.
It is your legacy. I mean,
Yes.
so I just put it in, and I said, whatever it is, it's mine and it is me. So
Yeah.
finding yourself actually gives you the courage, I mean, to live life like you want to or like you're supposed to, and not live life according to what society or community thinks you should be, or what they perceive as norm. If it's, I mean, once it's outside my purpose, no, it's a no. So it's easy for me to say no. And
Yes.
it makes life so simple, so easy. So that's your introspective journey. It's the best thing you could ever do for
True.
yourself. And it will help you, and it will help your kids. Because once you're a better person, you're projecting whatever you do, you're projecting yourself onto your child. So once you're better, they will get better. And then I guess that's all I have to say. But thank you so much. I am very grateful. I think this is the best birthday ever. Yes, thank
Love the video. Yes.
you. Yeah.
Thank you, yeah. I'm proud of you,
Thank
that
you.
you did what you said you would, and the journey continues.
Yeah. Thank you.
Keep going, keep going, never stop. The Energizer battery that never stops. Some
Yeah.
of us can't stop us because what is inside us, if you tell me to stop, I'm not going to listen. I mean, you can floor me for a minute or two, but I'll pick myself back up and keep going. So for all of you on this platform, whatever it is that you're doing, do it well. Do it to the best of your abilities. No half measures. Don't cut corners. Give it your all, and you'll come out successful. And the life you're living is yours. There's something I saw in my ODM. I don't remember it all, but I'll put it out. It's so good. Life is not it's like you don't just it's not a one-day project or something like that. This is your life. You have to live it. Don't be listening to people. People project.
Yeah.
People can't do things, so they think you shouldn't. And they'll
Mhm.
find a way to shut you down and shut you up. But keep moving, keep soaring. You're here for a purpose. Like Ya said, purpose, think purpose. Once you're doing something and you know you're honoring your purpose, that's it. Find the passion. If you don't have passion, you won't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Be consistent, work hard, be dependable. Consistency, passion, hard work, tenacity, grit, nerves of steel. So, with that, we'll thank you all for joining us. I can't mention all the names, but we really appreciate you joining us today. On Saturday, we had said that we did our last Saturday Facebook Live this Saturday. So this here is the very last Facebook Live. We'll be back. We're taking an extended break, but we'll be back with some new programming. But continue to watch this platform for the daily posts, daily short videos. Make your comments. Don't just pass by. Make a comment. Ask your questions. If you've read any of my books too, ask questions. If you have any questions for Ya when you're reading the books too, ask, ask, ask. Don't keep quiet. Ask questions and always be yourself. Be true to yourself. Yeah, have a good rest of the birthday. Is
Thank
Sean
you.
around?
He
Sean?
just came. Yeah.
Okay, Sean. I'll be checking to see what action you took today. Okay. Thank you, guys. Is he coming?
Are you coming?
I don't know if I should.
He
Oh,
didn't
you
message.
should. Hello there.
Hello, beautiful.
Stop
How are you?
hiding. I'm good. Yourself? Long
I
time.
am the luckiest man in the world. Not only is she
Yeah,
beautiful, but she's
congratulations.
smart and she's an author. I'm happy.
Congratulations for supporting her.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Sounds good. You see, you need encouragement. Yes. So, people, we thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Love you. Thank you for
Bye.
supporting us. We'll be back next year.